What's up YouTube, Jetrock07 here of YGO's teamDP here on the new channel, the team channel. I have a Constellar deck profile for you guys. Just finished it today, got my tin. Go ahead and watch that opening. It'll be on the channel. But yeah, I got the bear and I'm just running the one. But that'll be in the deck profile. So let's just get right into it. I'll give you the full deck profile extra and side, what I have for it right now. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Earning 3 costs, because that's your main, this is your main card, this is your wind-up shark pretty much. Raises or reduces levels, usually raise, you don't run any rank 3s in the extra deck, so you're mainly using him to increase levels to get to the 5. 3 Pollux, he's the caster of the deck. He pretty much just lets you normal summon the costs, and then you go into whatever rank 5 you need. 3 Algiati, for when you don't have the Rhoda or the Pollux. She can be Veilered because it's an effect, unfortunately. But I mean, if it goes off, it goes off. It's just your backup. 3 Sombre, this is your Kirkion. The best, top deck the deck has late game pretty much, and my primary Sheraton target. I'm running 2 Sheraton, I mean it's Stratos, and if you can get it back to defense mode, like if you can switch it next turn, I mean, you have a 1900 but you can sit on for maybe a turn or 2. So, I mean, it's good at 2, I was running it at 3 and it ran fine, but now in a little bit slower format, 2 is fine, now that I have the bear. So, yeah, that's it for the Constellars. The 2 Effect Veiler. I don't side the 3rd, even though I have one, but I side 2 Maxis. I think Veiler is pretty much doing the job right now in this current format, even though we haven't really seen Unfold because today is actually the 31st. But I think Veiler will definitely do the job. Further testing will, see if I need 3 or main Maxi instead of the Veilers, but I'm pretty sure Veiler will do the job. The 1 Thunder King, because there's a lot of searching this format, and I mean it's Thunder King. I wish we could play 2 this format, but we can't, and drawing it is pretty much the only problem. But once you see it, and if you do get it first turn, that's Thunder King. That's what he's good for. The 1 Honest, because everything's light except for this bad boy, the bear. I mean it's bear, pops problem monsters if I can't deal with it with my extra deck, but I don't know when that would ever happen. But yeah, the bear, and then he just gets to the tankies faster. I'm running 2 Lance because I'm only running 2 MST. If I ran 1 Lance, then it would be 3 MST, but 2 and 2 is actually working pretty well. And I mean, the Lance just gives you that damage step shenanigans, and I mean, it actually could lead to a win. The 2 Tenki, because that's all I can play. The 1 Dark Hole, the 1 Book of Moon, and the Rhoda search out your Pollux. Traps, we're looking at 2 Fiendish Chain. If I did have a 3rd, I'd consider running it. The thing I'd probably take it would be Xyz Reborn, because I'm only running 1. But 2 Fiendish Chain works out fine, because I mean, if they destroy Plaguey somehow and there's a Fiendish Chain on board, you can always just bounce it back. So you could use it again and again and again. So that's, I mean, Fiendish Chain is Fiendish Chain with Pleiades. It's pretty good. The 2 Vanity's Emptiness. To be honest, this card is definitely good, but learning how to play it is definitely really hard. I'm trying to learn how to play this card as best as I can, and hopefully I'll be ready by regionals on the 21st. So the 2 Vanity's Emptiness, because there's still those really fast decks out there. The 2 Mirror Force, because Bottomless Compulse Torrential got hit. The 1 Xyz Reborn, like I was talking about. Bottomless, Torrential, Warning, Compulse. These are pretty much your removal traps. All you can run, unfortunately. Deep Prison The thing with deprison is, yes, it can get rid of monsters, that can't be destroyed by their effects or whatever, like Stardust and whatnot. But you really need the mass removal, in my opinion. That's why Mirror Force is good right now. I just don't think that I need deprison in this deck. And, I mean, there's just so many ways to get around stuff, especially with the extra deck for Constellars. So, yeah. And then the 40th card we have is one copy of Mind Crush, because there's so much searching this format going on. Dualities, Whirlwinds, Agent Earth, Strikers, Dragon Rulers, Infernity Archfiend, stuff like that. And Mind Crush is hitting everything. It will hit everything. So, Mind Crush. Definitely a good card. Extra deck. Paplo Operative, Gaga Cowboy, Paladynamo, Ouroboros, 1 Persepi, and 2 Omega. Even though Torrential went to 1, Omega is still good at 2, just because you want it. Like, if one gets destroyed, fine. If you can protect the other one with the Lance, then, you'll be safe that turn. Like, it's just good having 2 Omega, because it's like the only one you want to run 2 of. I definitely run 2 Omega over the 2 Paladynamo, just because it's Omega. It's a Lance for all your Constellar monsters, which is awesome. And, it's just your Pandemic, and it's a monster, so, yeah, you need the 2 Omega, definitely. I run the Ouroboros. Yes, it's standard, but it's also an Eradicator Epidemic Virus target, if you guys, didn't think about that. But everything else is pretty standard. Paplo Operative, poops on tokens, Gaga Cowboy, for the 800 burn for game. Paladynamo for those problem monsters if you can't get over it. And Persepi is your pseudo-honest for all Constellar monsters. Moving on to the rank 5s, we have the brothers, Adrius and Tyrus, or the cousins, or whatever you want to call them. Adrius is another EEV target that can also, pop face-up stuff, and then Tyrus is Tyrus. Can't be destroyed, but people, meaning that one compulse, if they use the compulse on him, that's, it's fine. But, he's definitely a good card if he gets the extra pop twice. Shark Fortress for putting maximum damage on board, sometimes OTKing if you can. The 1 Volcasaurus, to like burn a Gores or any problem cards, and you could even, go for game. And the main rank 5 is Pleiades. Pleiades is just so good. Pleiades is what makes the deck just, last, for so long. Like, people have so much trouble dealing with Pleiades. As much as I want to say that this deck, is good, of course it's good. That's not what that's not what I'm trying to say. My point is that this deck actually takes a lot of skill, because you have to know what to Pleiades. And, I'm still trying to find out, if it's, I should waste it on the summon, if I should, hit a back row. But, Pleiades is just, he's probably the boss monster, I'd say. And just learning how to play it is the hard part for me right now. And then, of course, the M7 and the Gaia Dragon to overlay on top of the Volcasaurus. That's the extra deck. Zenmayo, if I did run Zenmayo, then I'd probably take out the Shark Fortress and Gaia Dragon thing, like the OTK or whatever. So then I'd probably be running a Black Triple Corn and a Zenmayo if I didn't want to run the Shark Fortress, Gaia Dragon, Thunder Charger duo, combo, whatever you want to call it. Side deck, we're looking at 2 Maxis because I don't main them. Against the spammy decks, Dragon Ruler Planets, Infernities, Karakuri, stuff like that. That's where the Maxi will come into play. 2 Kaiku, Dragon Ruler Plants, Infernities, Zombies. Yeah, Kaiku is still good. He's good almost every format. So, Kaiku. 2 Electric Virus, Machina Gadgets, Karakuris, Dragon Ruler Plants, Chaos Dragons, Blue Eyes Dragons, any other dragons, any other machines. Electric Virus is good, just because, you know, you can take it. Regardless if you can't exceed with it, I mean, you still get it. And if that's stopping their plays, then that's just giving you more time to use, you know, to get off your plays against them. So, yeah. 2 Royal Prison. If you don't know what this card does, it's a rare from Order of Chaos. Yes. And it pretty much says monsters cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. So, Call the Haunteds, Dragon Ruler Plants, Infernities. I'm just kind of testing this card. I mean, it's just a sideboard card. It's, you know, pretty good on paper, but I have yet to actually see its full potential. The 2 Trap Holes, you know, just trying it out. Inch 95, you know, that video of that his card review video about Trap Hole makes you think about playing it. Like, hits the Inzektor Dragonfly, hits all those things that are under 1500. So, you know, just testing, just waiting to see its full potential. 2 Malcats, 2 Malevolent Catastrophes. Probably the closest thing you have to Heavy Storm now. You know, if I'm facing a more trap heavy deck, the way I see it is, if the more traps they run, the more likely they're not a special summoning deck. So I usually take this, put this in instead of Vanity's Emptiness. I would side Emptiness out and then put these in, except against, you know, like Infernities. Infernities have the, you know, the combos, but they also have a lot of back row, being the 3 break, the 3 barrier. So yeah, I'd probably, you know, like put one of these in and take, like, I don't know, like an Xyz Reborn out. But yeah, Malevolent Catastrophe, the closest thing we have to Heavy Storm, and I mean, it's just a good card. The third closest thing you have to Heavy Storm, Eradicate Epidemic Virus. You have 2 targets, and they're easily, like, you can get them out easily with this deck. Enough said. Soul Drain, because Mermails are still a thing, Zombies now a thing, and the last card is another Mind Crush. I'd side a second Mind Crush just because it's Mind Crush. There's so much searching going on in this format, guys. And the way I see it, like, I remember when, you know, you would, you know, Mind Crush, and it would actually be devastating. Like, it was downhill for me from there. A good Mind Crush is almost game winning, especially when you get it off at the right time and you hit more than one. Like, Mind Crush is great. I'm telling you guys, main it, side it. That's just the way I feel. If you know, you're hitting key pieces, you know, I mean, except against Dark World and other shenanigans or whatever, but Mind Crush, it's definitely a card that's already proven useful to me, and like this format already. And, you know, I want to main 2, but I can't. I really want to just run 40 cards in the main, so I'm siding the second Mind Crush. And yeah, I've seen its potential, and it's been working out fantastic. So yeah, that's my Constellar deck profile. Kind of a long profile, I'm really sorry, guys, but Constellars are gonna be kind of a sleeper deck in my opinion. It definitely has a lot of outs, like the Pleiades, the Volcasaurus, the Tyrus, the Adrius. Like, this deck, the extra deck is actually great. It's so versatile. You have the Ptolemy to get your stuff back. You know, you have the Persepi. Like, you can sit on Persepi. It's like, what can you do? It's going to become 34 when you attack it. Like the Omegas. Are you really going to waste, you know, try and bait out an Omega effect? You know, the Ouroboros, the Paladynamo, the Paplo Operative to just get over problem stuff. I mean, the deck has its versatility, but like every other deck, if you open bad, it's gonna be an uphill battle. So, I mean, if there was a way to make it more consistent, you know, I'm definitely still testing it. Potter dualities make the deck too slow in my opinion, and there's really nothing else you can use to search out stuff. Rhoda and Tenki are about it in this deck. I mean, Upstarts is just, no, it's not enough, because it's not combo enough. That wouldn't necessarily make it, you know, faster or more consistent. And then, you know, like Reckless Greed, it's just, you know, those cards just don't really have, too much synergy. And I mean, this is what we have so far. I mean, I've seen other Constellar deck profiles, a lot of, like, you know, the choices are similar, and maybe, you know, the Mind Crush is different. That's probably it, actually. And then unless they, you know, use another copy of Bear or something like that. But yeah, enough ranting. That's my Constellar deck profile. Kind of a long one, but this deck probably needs some explaining for you guys that don't know the deck. And, you know, hopefully more duels to come. I definitely want to test before regionals. Hopefully get some test duels up for you guys. I'll have a trade binder update for myself, and then hopefully the other team members will start to get more involved with the channel, so we can get some more interesting content out for you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Jetrock07, YGO's teamDP out. Peace.